and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other. Like, I want everybody to understand that it's just a super competitive game. And, like, I would just wish people realize that, like, once I get between those lines, it's no friends. I have plenty of friends on the court that I talk to outside of the game. But, like, when I get between those lines, like, we're not friends. We're not buddies. I'm going to talk trash to you. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get in your head the whole entire game. But after the game, we can kick it. Like, I don't think people really realize that. And that's fine. I'll take the villain role.
The biggest thing is, we're all competitive. We all show our emotions in a different way. Angel's tremendous player. I have nothing but respect for her. I love her game. The way she rebounds the ball, scores the ball is absolutely incredible. I'm a big fan of her, and even the entire LSU team. Like I said, they played an amazing game. So, I don't think there should be any criticism for what she did.
1 year later.
People are ripping the LSU women's team for walking off the floor right before the national anthem, while the Iowa women's team stayed on the floor to participate.
A few moments later.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and, like, not be there for them. So I just want them to always just know, like, I'm still a human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, like, I'm unapologetically me. I'm going to always leave that mark and be who I am and stand on that. And hopefully the little girls that look up to me, and hopefully I give them some type of inspiration that, hopefully it's not this hard and all the things that come at you. But
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I guess you can call this story a get woke, get eliminated story, because we have a very modern American story in an era of this country where it has become normalized to openly disrespect the national anthem before a sporting event. And it seems as if that comes with some bad luck. Okay, if you look at the women's U.S. soccer team led by woke revolutionary #1, Megan Rapinoe, who got eliminated after missing penalty kicks that could have helped Team USA advance in the World Cup. They got eliminated even though they were supposed to win, and it was the end of Megan Rapinoe's woke career. Again, the women's soccer team focused more on wokeness and virtue signaling than actually focusing on winning, okay? And they got caught up in that. They got eliminated, right? They faced the consequences of their wokeness. Now, it seems as if maybe, just maybe, the same thing could have happened to LSU, who just got eliminated in a rematch against Iowa, a highly anticipated rematch of the 2023 NCAA championship. Everybody remembers Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, in which LSU ended up winning. And there was a whole lot of controversy because Angel Reese, a lot of people said, was not a good sportsman, okay? She was, doing things after the game that a lot of people saw as unsportsmanlike conduct. She was taunting Caitlin Clark, okay? And she got criticized for it. Now, the woke revolutionaries cried racism about it.
The amount of hate that Angel Reese gets is actually kind of alarming. Like, that girl faces so much racism. It's crazy. A page can literally post a picture of Angel Reese just smiling, okay? And all the comments are going to be, her attitude stinks. She has no sportsmanlike conduct. She's not humble. Like, all from white people. And it's like, first of all, stop telling black people to be humble. We don't got to be none of that, okay? We don't got to do shit but stay black and die. That's all we got to do. And that girl be minding her business, playing the game that she loves. When I look at the clips that people share of her saying that she was being unsportsmanlike, I don't see nothing wrong. I see passion. I see somebody having fun, okay? I see somebody who's confident. Y'all really hate that a predominantly black team is dominating and they're very unapologetic. For y'all to hate this girl so much, y'all are the reason why she's getting paid. As long as y'all engage with her content, share her stuff, whether it's good or bad, she's getting them deals, okay? So if you really don't like her, stop posting about her.
Caitlin Clark took it in stride, right? As an athlete, that's what happens. I think at the time I defended Angel Reese, basically saying that, hey, look, at the end of the day, it's sports, right? If you don't want to have the other team celebrate and to taunt you, then you got to win. And sure enough, just a year later, Caitlin Clark has gotten her revenge as LSU has been eliminated from the NCAA tournament in the Elite Eight round in that rematch versus Iowa. But there's a woke twist, okay, that we got to talk about here, because LSU is going viral for skipping the national anthem ahead of the NCAA Elite Eight matchup, okay? So basically, LSU walked off the court before the national anthem in what seemed to be overt disrespect towards the anthem. And apparently this is something they've been doing all season, okay? So it seems like this ending for them is pretty fitting, considering how, again, they just disrespected the national anthem. And for them to lose like this is kind of icing on the cake, right? I mean, you know, the best way for you to get me to root against you is to disrespect the country, right? If you don't want to stand for the national anthem, right, a country that has allowed you to play this game at this level, in which, you know, some of these players, some of these girls are making a lot of money playing the game now because of the NIL deals. Yeah, I'm going to root against you, right? I mean, I already was rooting for Caitlin Clark anyways, because I wanted her to get revenge, right? I mean, she's a baller. I mean, she is probably one of the best women basketball players that I've ever seen, and she definitely played like it. So without further ado, let's actually read about this. Ahead of the highly anticipated women's NCAA Elite Eight game between the University of Iowa Hawkeyes and the Louisiana State University Tigers, only LSU was present on the court for the national anthem. Video quickly circulated online showing the Lady Hawkeyes on the court holding hands as the song played, while LSU's players spent the time in their locker room instead, according to a report. All right, so video is circulating of the national anthem. As you can see, LSU is not on the court, but you have Iowa, the girls team. They are on the court, and they seem to be side by side holding hands, honoring the flag, honoring the country. But LSU girls, nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found in the locker room. Couldn't even stand. Again, shameful. Absolutely shameful. Social media users sounded off about LSU's lacking presence, calling it embarrassing and disgusting. Quote, "I guess that's all I need to know about LSU," one person commented. While some comments dismiss LSU's decision, one user wrote, quote, "It's sad that people think that disrespecting the flag, the men and the women that fought for our country is an acceptable thing to do." A local Baton Rouge reporter noted that LSU routinely skips the national anthem. Coming into the game, the number 3 and reigning national champion LSU was looking to defend its title against the number 1 Hawkeyes. The teams faced each other last year in the national championship game. However, Monday night saw the Lady Hawkeyes advance to the Final Four in Cleveland, Ohio, beating the Lady Tigers 94-87. Iowa was led by Caitlin Clark, who announced in February that she would enter the 2024 WNBA draft. Yeah, so, I mean, the game wasn't really all that close, okay? I mean, Caitlin Clark balled out. She got her revenge, okay? 41-point performance. And, of course, she was humble about it at the end, you know. She wasn't, you know, being a bad sportsman, okay? She wasn't in Angel Reese's face the way that Angel Reese was in her face after last year's championship game. And that's kind of what I love about sports, right? Sports, I think, is kind of a microcosm of life. It's a representation of life. You get to see who overcomes adversity, how you deal with adversity, okay, how you come back from when you fail, okay, who's going to step up and be the leader, who's going to fold under pressure. And as we all saw, Caitlin Clark overcame adversity, right? Angel Reese, on the other hand, she's boohoo, whining, crying, playing victim during a press conference. It's like, girl, listen, we ain't got time for that. You lost, okay? And it is what it is, okay? I mean, you don't have to come out here and talk about how you're such a victim and how you experienced threats and all this other. I don't want to hear that, right? We don't want to hear that. This is what they do when you lose. You want to try to victimize yourself and try to, make people feel bad for you. And it's like, well, again, at the end of the day, it's sports. You lost. Take your L like a champ, the same way that Caitlin Clark did last year when she lost the championship. Take your L. We don't want to hear all the other stuff, right? Just congratulate the opponent and keep it moving, okay? All that, woe is me. Yeah, that's uncalled for, right? We don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't care. This is why you love sports, right? Stories like this is why sports is what it is, okay? It also is why I think women's college basketball basically has become more popular than the WNBA at this point, okay? I mean, women's college basketball has shown that women's basketball can be exciting, okay, if you have the right type of drama, the right type of characters, the skill. I mean, because Caitlin Clark is very skilled. I mean, you got some wokes trying to say that, she could play in the NBA, but that's not possible. She can't play in the NBA. But again, she's skilled, okay? I mean, she probably could, compete on a boys' high school team, okay? I mean, she's a great shooter, so maybe she could do that at best, right? At best, okay? But, let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? She can't compete in the NBA, but that doesn't make her any less of a, great women's basketball player. I mean, she is a great point guard, right? She really is like Steph Curry, right? Like the women's version, okay? It's kind of crazy to think about. But let's read this. She scored or assisted on all but 7 of Iowa's 32 field goals, finishing with 41 points and 12 assists, and coming within 3 rebounds of a triple-double. Her body check of Angel Reese under the basket in the second quarter sent her nemesis from last year's title game stumbling off the court and into a cameraman. And Reese and LSU were never the same after. Yeah, the game really wasn't that close, right? It really wasn't that close. Quote, "We want to win 2 more, and I think we have the power to do that," Clark said after the game. "Being so close last year, that's what drives you. We don't want this to end." Reese had 20 rebounds and 17 points before fouling out in the fourth quarter, and LSU hammered Iowa on the glass 54-36. And in the paint, 44-36. But the Tigers could have had every player in double figures, and it still wouldn't have mattered. Even Hannah Stuckel, spending most of the night on the bench in foul trouble, didn't slow Iowa. Yeah, so again, this is a great win for Caitlin Clark. This is a great comeback story. Stories like this are an embodiment of why American sports is so great. Okay, and this is what I love about it, right? So congratulations to Caitlin Clark, the LSU basketball team. Hey, I mean, it's hard to root for you when you can't even stand for the national anthem or be out on the court and to basically, show some respect for the country. So it makes it very easy to root against you and for me not to feel bad about you losing. So it is what it is. I know the woke revolutionaries will probably make it a race thing, but it's not a race thing. It's not a black versus white thing. It's simply just a sports thing, okay? And I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark is celebrating that she got her revenge, even though I think she said that it's not about revenge. But I'm pretty sure more so than anything, she wants to win the national championship. The job is not done until you actually win the goal, right? Until you come out on top. So I'm pretty sure for her, the job is not done yet, okay? And there's plenty more to go. But again, stories like this, again, are why American sports is so great. And I'm actually really happy for women's college basketball. That was one of the best games that we've seen in a long time. One of the best stories that we've seen in a long time. And again, for as much as we make fun of women's basketball, again, stuff like this, when it provides this type of entertainment, which is what we look for in sports, hey, you got to give it credit, right? You got to give it credit and say, hey, you know what? Hats off to these women for making the sport worth watching and something that everybody can enjoy. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.